Welcome back to Houston Life. Our next topic is something almost every parent can relate to: the influence of social media on your kids.
You can say that again. According to recent studies, too much exposure to social media can negatively impact your child's mental health. But as a parent, how do you limit its use? Rania, Mankarious, CEO of Crime Stoppers Houston, is here with tips to safely navigate social media and avoid the harmful lasting effects. And Rania, you always have the best advice. It seems like many times parents focus on like the immediate danger.
Yes.
How do you keep your kids safe in the moment? But after the advisory from the Surgeon General earlier this week, we see that sometimes it takes years to realize the toll or the damage social media is taking on your child.
And we're not even there yet. And that was, the big sort of takeaway of this report is that we know there's major damage taking place, but we don't know how significant it is. So what we want to do is deal with the immediate effects right now and start really diving in to the risks today and coming up with a solution and a strategy right now. And we're so thankful that the Surgeon General issued this 25-page report. We want parents, though, to have a takeaway. What do you do today in your home? And we want you to limit the time that kids spend online. We want them to understand the risks and dangers. We want them to know what to do when they come face to face with harmful content, because they will.
Yeah.
No matter what you think, they will.
Well, here's my question, though. For a lot of parents, they might not be familiar with all of these social media apps, right?
Yes.
They don't know how to use them. They don't know how the notifications are coming in. What do you suggest as a starting point for maybe a parent who's not as familiar with a smartphone, or how easy it is to literally, with the click of a button, just log on to these apps?
Literally, it's impossible for us to keep up. We did not grow up in the tech age, and our kids are savvier than we are. I always say parents versus kids versus technology is not a fair fight, and our kids will win every time. But what we want to do is start talking. And guys, I say start talking at 6, 7, 8 years old, before they ever have a phone in their hands, because they are exposed. They have an iPad, they have access to technology at school, they have access to technology with their friends, and start talking about good content, harmful content, what you do, how you respond, who you're going to be in this online space. These are such important conversations, and they help your child navigate areas. Because listen, we're going to figure out the latest app today, it's gone tomorrow, and they're onto something else. So let's not waste our time with that, but create big picture rules on how to navigate the space.
Also, Rania, I feel like it is important to point out there are positive aspects of social media. Connecting with a friend who's maybe moved away. The social connections are really critical, but hiding in the background, though, there are issues. I mean, clearly there is a link, and the Surgeon General, again, who focuses a lot on mental health, has said there is a link between anxiety, hopelessness, sadness, depression. How do you know the warning signs? Like, if your child is a casual social media user, and we know that 95% of 13 to 17-year-olds are on social media, what are we looking for?
And so the magic number, too, is around 3.5 hours of being online, or 3 hours of being online, which sounds like a lot, but guys, it's not a lot. You can get to 3 hours very quickly. Think about it, you really can. So you want to look for a child that's sort of become withdrawn. They're starting to hide their technology. They're becoming obsessive over technology. Their words are changing. The way they describe themselves is changing. Their language seems sadder, more depressed. Their friends are changing. They don't want to go out as much. Those are sort of the signs. The problem is, a lot of times those cross over with normal teen development. So we want to make sure, again, we start the conversation early. And we talk about, Derek, that's why it was such an important thing, what you just said. There's so much good online, so talk about the good. Look at this awesome challenge. Look at this really funny TikTok video. So you can also layer in, but these are the things we're worried about. There are some red flags. These are dangerous types of content, and we want your kids to be able to notice those so they can report them and protect themselves.
So instead of almost bullying your child into getting off of social media,
work.
You can't take
which
away
is
their
not going to
phone,
work.
right?
No, if you take away the phone, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go get on somebody else's phone or on the computer at school. You have access to this all over the place.
It's like the air we all breathe. And I agree with everyone who says it's bad, there's red flags, it's alarming, kids should be off it. Great, I actually agree. But I've got to deal with reality and the hundreds of thousands of Houston homes where their kids are using technology, because we need solutions for them today and now. And that is, we want to keep our kids safe. We want to raise them to respect the technology, understand the risks and dangers, and have tools to keep themselves safe wherever they are.
And we're out of time, but would you put a limit on your child's phone use? Would you put an actual timer on their phone use? Again, starting World War III at home by removing the device also seems like not a great way to build trust.
Don't remove the device, but I do think time limits are critical because our kids are young and they don't understand boundaries. And Crime Stoppers has so many free presentations, by the way, for parents, for schools. You're out this summer, so many free presentations, digital assets that we can provide for you and your families as you navigate this space.
Always great advice.
Yeah.
CEO of Crime Stoppers Houston, Rania Mankarious, thank you so much for stopping by. We do want to mention, by the way, that Rania's book, The Online World, What You Think You Know and What You Don't, is available wherever books are sold. And if you'd like to connect with Rania, we do have a link on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Just look for that scene on Houston Life section.
There you go.